So maybe you're curious or you've even tried to mount an Ego battery to a flight fin fender. I'm here to show you how it's done using the Ranger mount from Landsurf to mount an Ego battery on the short stature of the flight fin fender. You will need to buy a couple of things from the hardware store. This gasket material is great for the back side of the mount. 2 mending braces shown on this price tag here of this size. At home, I bent the mending braces with my foot and my hand to match the curvature of the flight fender. You can see that it perfectly lines up. I used the locking square T-nut things included in the Landsurf Ranger kit. They fit nicely. If you already have flight fenders, then you probably have some leftover screws removed from the Onewheel. This shorter screw shown here is great for attaching the mount of the Ranger kit to the extension brace. If you do not have leftover screws, I have included a ruler so that you can see the length of screw that I used. Once again, this screw goes to the very top through the brace and the mount. Its length is perfect. I added the gasket in later. I just simply cut it and placed it in. But I want to share with you the limitations of angles next. Alright, for those of you planning to use the battery as a flight fin, you will not be able to attach the battery to the flight fender directly, securely, and achieve the maximum angle. So as you can see here on the back with the angle that I have of the battery, the bottom hole is going to be literally like right on the edge of the flight fender. Like it wouldn't be acceptable at this angle if you wanted to screw the bottom hole into the flight fender itself. Also, you would have to cut the bottom part of this metal arm off so that it could, because right now you can see that it's hitting this plastic support here, and that alone will not allow the Ego battery to achieve a higher, steeper angle. Now let me show you here what I mean. Turn these around. Now, if you look at this one, you can see that the overall angle is going well above the corner of the fender. And again, it's set up as high as it can go. Now over here, the overall angle is below the corner. You can't even see the corner. The lowest point is okay. So the lowest point is now about the little bit more than a finger. So the lowest point is fine, but you cannot achieve the highest angle with the Ego battery on the flight fender unless you are willing to have only one bolt going through the fender to the battery directly. Again, you'll have to cut this off so you can angle it more, and then you're going to have to build some kind of additional extension that will attach to the fender, and then these 2 bolts over here will be attached only to the extension. And so you might want to get one of these where you can have 2 anchors and then 2 anchors into the battery. And this is the 5.0 battery, by the way. I only had to drill 1 hole in the flight fender, a little bit below the top. This is the point at where I chose to drill the hole. The angle and the way I attach the Ranger mount is especially beneficial to right-footed riders, goofy-footed riders. It allows the battery to slide in a downward position. On the inside, we'll take a look at the bolts You can see very little is sticking out and will not inhibit the tire or the fender being slid in between the tire and the fender itself, as you can see here. Plenty of room for the fender. I took this setup out for a long ride until it ran out of juice. I rode over various terrain, and I will be posting a video about all of that and things to look forward to. Kind of a review video. So see you next time. I also have a video going to Horseshoe Bend in the works, and much, much more. Thank you so much, and I hope this video was helpful for you to mount your Ego battery. See you next time.